Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, so whether you're sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. If you're a new subby, thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Hanged Man. Now, interesting note, the card that popped out there was the King of Cups. So in some way, shape or form, a Pisces male or a Pisces person is going to feature for you. Keep an eye out for them. Take a moment to listen to what they might say because they might have a really important message for you. Now, on a more personal note, this Hanged Man really does suggest this is a week to take it easy, right? This is a week to really take a moment, reassess, reevaluate, to look at the way that things are. This is not a week to rush in. This is not a week to do things fast. In fact, this is a week for you to be a bit more Taurian, right? You guys tend to move slowly, steadily and relentlessly towards your goals. But the fact that you've got the Hanged Man here, whatever it is that you're planning to do, take a time. Take your time, take a moment, take a beat. Another way that this could show up for a lot of you as well, this suggests that in some way, shape or form, you need to bring more spirituality into what you do. This is the thing as well. Sometimes when you slow down, you naturally start to tap into or notice more of what is taking place. All right, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to delve into a spiritual practice, but you may notice that there are messages coming through that sort of medium this week, more so by slowing down. For your actions and options this week, you have the 10 of Swords. Whatever it is that is coming to an end this week, it is a finite end. All right, so good news, bad news, or what might you need to know? The 10 of Swords suggests that you are ending something this week. You are completing something. Now, remember as well, the 10 of Swords can sometimes be, explosive as an end. And the fact that it comes up with the Hanged Man, this I really want to say to a lot of you. If there is something that you feel like you're at the height of exasperation with, if you feel like you're about to lose your temper, take a moment, take a breath and step back. All right, this is really kind of saying to you that the end is here. Whatever it is coming to a completion, and it will be by your decision and by your hand that it comes to its end. But the Hanged Man there is basically saying, before you do that, take a minute. All right. For your communications and conversations, you have the Tower card. Well, there's no getting around that one. All right, so your Tower card is basically saying to you there is going to be, for some of you, this is literally going to be a very big, very powerful spiritual insight, one that could possibly change everything, including your entire life. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. The Hanged Man card, because it's got that Neptunian energy as well, can sometimes see things that are a little bit distorted. However, the Tower card in your communications, there's nothing distorted about the Tower. The Tower is pure and ultimate clarity. And this is why I say to you, for some of you, this could be a very big, very powerful spiritual insight that makes all the difference, that really sets you on what you believe is going to be your path from here on in, which is amazing. The other way that this could show up for you, for some of you, this could literally be a piece of information that reaches your ears that it's almost like you can't sit on it. You won't sit on it. You will not allow yourself to be silent anymore. Now, the interesting thing is, because that Hanged Man has that element of self-sacrifice to it, it suggests that it's almost like something where you've given so much and then you find out, and I touch wood on this, I truly hope that I'm wrong, but maybe you find out that somebody stabbed you in the back. Maybe you find out that somebody's lied to you. Maybe you get a piece of information that makes everything that you know, all those things where you were like, this doesn't add up, this doesn't add up, this doesn't add up, but you kind of chalked it up to, well, you know, maybe I'll never know. This week you could get a piece of information from somebody that clicks everything into place, and it could literally, I mean, I've seen Taurus when they're mad and it's not pretty, I have to say. But, you know, the only thing that I will say to you is you've got the Hanged Man as the overall energy. Before you lose it, take a moment and take a breath. All right. Now, when it comes to those of you that work for others, work for somebody else, steer clear of office politics this week. Don't get involved in anything that really doesn't concern you. You may very well discover this week that somebody has bad-mouthed you. Somebody, you know, there's been a lot of this going on. Don't pay that no mind, right? At the end of the day, your Tower card is going to show you, right? It's going to reveal to you who the snakes are and, you know, who the people are that you can trust, basically. When it comes to those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, again, very much that. One thing that I will say to you this week as well, protect your ideas. Make sure they are copyrighted. Make sure that you know, you make sure that nobody can use your work without first citing you as a source, or at least, you know, if there's going to be money made from it, make sure that, you know, your fair or due percentage is there in it. And then finally, for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this, I mean, I can't say it enough, just very, very big, very powerful spiritual insight, one that could really rock you to the core, you know, like, and it doesn't have to be a bad realization or a bad spiritual insight. It could just be yeah, okay. All right. This is literally where you get to peek behind the curtain. And I will say this to you, when you have those moments, if you're not ready for them and you haven't done the prep work, it can be very disconcerting. If you have, you will be ready for this. But what you learn is for you and for you only. All right, and I have to really stress that part. For your money and materials, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Let's bring it out of the spiritual realm and back to the here and now. Money looks good this week, regardless of what's going on with the communications and the hubbub and the, you know, possible arguments. Money looks good. The finances are stable. I think from here on in, you're going to see that steady increase towards the security that you love and crave, that you're known for. When it comes to work and stuff, for those of you that are applying for new work, applying for new or seeking to purchase items that will help you enhance your working experience, this is a good week for it. Now, I mean, all right, with the cards that are previous, that kind of suggests one aspect, but that's the communicational and the interpersonal. I think the finances this week are good, and especially if there's something that you need to do your work, you will have access to it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, you're strong this week. You're really strong this week. Like physically, you are very, very strong. The body is tough. The mind, however, and the nervous system could, you know, be taking a bit of a pounding. So just be aware. For your home and environment, for a lot of you, this looks like a change in home, a change in circumstances when it comes to the home. For some of you, this could be you changing some big aspect of the home. For others of you, this could be realization, I'm moving or I'm leaving the home that I'm in. Just something to be aware of. For your love and relations, you have the Judgment card. Taurus, it's sorry to say, apart from your material experience, it's not your week. The Harvest card is actually the Judgment card. Now, Judgment coupled with the Temperance, with the Tower card, is not an easy experience, I have to say. Like, I have to call it as I see it. And the Judgment is about change, big transformations. And I'm sorry to say this, but for those of you that are married or in relationships that have been rocky, that have had their, you know, more than their fair share of moments, this may very well be the week where the straw that breaks the camel's back. It may be some personal realization that comes in on a very deep level. It may be a sudden understanding or insight that says to you, wow, you know what? this is not the relationship or the partnership that I want to be in. For those, but not all of you, like I said, on the other way of seeing this as well, for some of you this could literally be you saying, actually, you know what, now I understand the reason I'm with this person, they are my soulmate. For some people you could be saying, actually, you know what, look at everything we've come through, this is meant to be us. It's a really, really interesting set of cards, but I have to tell you, there's no middle ground here. It's either your relationship is great and it's going to go to the next level, or this week, whatever that straw that breaks the camel's back is, will be coming in some way, shape or form. For those of you that are single, you could be realizing what kind of partner you actually want and need. For some of you that are, you know, that have somebody in the background, or maybe you have like a bit of a, you know, we are but we're not, or do you know what I mean? Like, this is the week where the decider will be made. And there will be some piece of information that comes forward that will help you make that decision. It's not like you're just saying off your own back, like, oh yeah, you know, I'm in or I'm out. Do you know what I mean? Like, there will be some sort of information that comes to light that helps you make your decision of how you move forward. Interesting, possibly very explosive week for you guys. You guys know me, right? I always try to give you the truth, and I try to give you it in a way that is constructive, but I didn't have a lot to work with here. So, you know, very, very interesting. With that said, anyway, I hope you have as conscious a week as possible, and I hope that it passes quickly if it doesn't pass smoothly. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.